everyone, how you doing? Okay, I hope you're doing really great, getting ready to organize those kitchen floors with the cafeteria, the planting room, the pantry, and those classes, right, that we're going to have there. So they're going to work, elders going to work at those locations, those apartments, and they're also going to take some classes right there. So here it is, some more updates. Thank you so much for your participation and get ready. We'll see you soon. Okay, so at your pantry's room, whichever the bedroom you decide that have the least sun exposure, because it's gonna be cooler as well, you go in, you get what you know where the things are, only the person in charge go, get what you need as food-wise and get it out. When you're organizing, that is different. You have those 2 days to organize, right? 2 days to receive things, because it's the 2 days people gonna be cleaning up their homes, and then you have maybe 2 after those 2 cleaning up days. You have 2 days to organize, make the labels, and lock. If the next day you have something to improve, you open, improve, lock. Always lock, okay? If you have a lunch break, or you're still organizing the kids' room, or whichever the room is called, the pantry room, you put a sign at the door, all right? If you have a break, you lock, okay? And if you're making notes, while you're making notes, at this first 2 days, you write everything that you have in there. And as I said, put the glasses in shoe boxes. Already ask people to bring shoe boxes or similar size, because easily you can get a piece of counter like here. So you will have here one shoe box here, the other shoe box a little bit here, and then you can have 2 other small boxes this way, right? With the food, or one whole cabinet with glasses, that's okay. Back, glasses, 2 boxes of glass. Front, 2 boxes of glass. And total glasses, okay. You can do that, only glasses, here, only glass. Let's do an improvement then, okay? Because then you're never gonna touch those things. So if it's glasses, that's an improvement, okay? It's only glasses. And if it's food, it's only food. We're not mixing both. Great? All right. So on the bottom, you're going to put your glasses. On the top, because it's more visible, you use the counter, you're going to put the food, dry food that you're going to be using on the future. Very good? Okay, great. The glasses, the one for glasses, you're gonna need a lock, all right? Because it's gonna take at least 2 years, maybe 4, for us to start using them. Or maybe the headquarters is gonna decide we're gonna cancel them all for now and only the new approved ones, but you can keep. So all the glasses at this pantry room, you can keep a reasonable amount. You're not going to keep 100, 200, but maybe because to offer, right, the special meals at your kitchen, right? Okay, so maybe how many families you have at the time, that's how much you're gonna be, so you have 4 meals, right, on Saturday, Sunday, brunches and lunches and breakfast, dinners, whichever it is. You always have 4 teams. How many you have? 20, 40? Okay, that's how many glasses. So probably it's just 1 or 2 cabinets. You don't need more, right? You can easily keep about 20 or 40 glasses. No more is needed because people are going to be washing. I think 40, right? 40 or 50, because you can put them all in here. Okay, the other thing is for them to, when you use this, that is fine. You can use that because they disinfect. Yes, you use them, whichever you are inside the continent, sky rises, buildings, hotels, you can use on these kitchens that with many families, there are 20 floors or so. Yes, they disinfect. mostly the most important is the silverware, things that people put on their mouth. So it's the silverware and also the cups that they drink water, right? Because we need to offer those plastic cups, all right? So we are going to use, because the plastic cups for this kitchen, they're gonna fold, they don't work, they're gonna bend. So we are going to use those mugs, and you put right there. So it can fit many, because those are the ones that you need to disinfect the most, silverware and cups. So if you have 20 people at a time, and then you put the 20 very nicely neat, you know, they cannot have the top too large like this one. It's gonna be real hard. You're gonna see they need to fit neat, many, okay, because they run nicely, they disinfect because of the heat they have. Perfect. We are going to use that. So you put the cups along, gonna fit many cups, and the bowls you can wash at the sink, all right? And put, you know, on the proper vinegar or bleach, all right? But yes, put the cups here. And you can even put, you know, before you start, you can put maybe 1 finger bleach, you know, with the soap. Because, you know, to really disinfect, let's say for the first 4 months, okay? So 1 finger, one centimeter, 1 centimeter of bleach right here, okay? All right, because that's gonna be with the soap, not on a rinse, with the soap. So if you're using this, don't put in there. You put loosen, because you know that first rinse they usually do, we already get that bleach going and rinsing them, okay? Because every machine is a little different, but we don't want to keep residues. Let me think. Okay, you can put inside here with the soap, because usually machines, they rinse, unless you can jump the rinse part. We don't want just to rinse those 2-5 minutes, right? Because usually they rinse and get the bleach lost, right? So yes, you can put the bleach with the soap, whichever is the type of your machine. If you have the thing to put in here, you know, that blue liquid, you can use that for the blue liquid. That's all right. You use what you have, you know, that is appropriate for the machine. Don't use any soap. You're gonna have foam all around. You're gonna lose many points for any mistakes like that. If you don't have, you just put the bleach here, it's fine. You don't even need the soap. Everything you're gonna rinse before you put here, you know. So the main things, as I said, is the silverware to be disinfected, and the cups, everything else, the bowls and pans, you're gonna wash here at your sink. Okay, so how are you gonna do that? You rinse, it's always from the left to the right. So here you rinse, you use that. You rinse, because there's always a little something left, right? You rinse. And here is the part, you're gonna use that black thing, or whichever is your reality, is the big one or small one, you know, some are very big. That black cap, and press it. Okay, you're gonna put bleach here. For the first 4 months, you need to put bleach, proper bleach, not those that sell in a dollar store that they already weakened up, okay? So you have to use proper bleach according to the measurement I already gave. If you can't find the video, look online. To disinfect plates, bowls, right? Okay? So you're gonna put that, you know, and you leave there for 10 minutes with this bleach. Okay, here on this side, you're gonna have a big plastic bowl, and take them out and put them there. Take them out, put them there. All right, very careful so you don't get your clothes stained, you know. You can even help a little bit with a spatula so you don't put your hands, your fingers in the water with bleach. You can use the spatula a little bit. All right, so you put them all here, you know, and then you rinse. As soon as you have time, you rinse, okay? And then the last is to drip. So this, gonna be with a plastic under, you know, or here if already you use for everybody, okay? Do not overload this, because the main thing is to disinfect the most important things that people put their mouth, as I said, okay? If you can run 2 dishwashers, you can do, because you have 4 meals, right? But maybe the families are not too big, you're on the top of the building, then it's okay, right? But if you're in the bottom floors, your family is going to be really big, okay? So according to reality, that's what you're going to do. You rinse here, you bleach here, you know, and then you take them out, and then you rinse the ones that was already in the bleach, okay? And then you put them to drain a little bit, all right? So some people will have 2 separate sinks, some people have 1. You just have the bowls. You just have the bowls. The main thing is to rinse really well the pans that were the pots, the bowls that you put in a bleach, to rinse them really well. Very good? Okay, all right. So we see you soon. Let's talk about, the sign is going to be about this size, right? A print size paper. So the first thing when you come from the kitchen entrance, like this, my apartment here, you come from the outside door, that's the outside door. By the way, this is forbidden. If you have anything with mosquitoes, you know, from your apartment, it's forbidden. If it's the long one, or if the one that folds in 2, you see here, this one folds in 2, it's forbidden. You have to take them out entirely, all right? Okay, very good. The other thing is for the laundry room, you know, you can keep the machines, but you have to take those doors out entirely. You can use, if you have a shelf, that's fine. You can have everything washed and neat, you know. This is not mine, belongs to my roommate. But anyways, you have all the fabric. I kept too many because I got donations of so many. I'm gonna use in the future because we have a lot to clean. So you have everything neat and organized. The towels that you use at the kitchen, because you're not washing the towels every day, right? But you know, if you believe that every day you can get a new one, fine, you leave them here and wash them twice a week only. That's plenty. Or 3 times, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, for example. That's okay, you know. You remember, you need to use different colors, okay? Every day, different color. Little towels, 20 by 20 is fine. Okay. For cleaning, you wash, you dry, and you put them back. That is fine. And the fuzz that they have, you know, because cleaning the floor, you know, that is fine. You can use the dryer. That is fine. But for the ones from the kitchen, you wash, you boil, and then you dry. You dry here or you hang them somewhere. You have to boil. And then you do not keep them here with the cleaning items, cleaning supplies. Here you can have the bucket with your cleaning items for the bathroom, right? Okay, don't keep them here. That's for everywhere in all countries, okay? So you keep the ones that you boil at the kitchen. You do not mix them, all right? They're different, okay? We are going to need colorful ones for both places. But you, in charge of the kitchen, you know you have to boil them. After washing, you boil. Don't put them on a dry because it's going to take forever for them to disinfect, you know. So that's how it is. Okay? You can wash them with the tablecloth, right? The placemats, the decoration ones, right? Not tablecloth, sorry. All the apartments gonna have only runners or a table mat at the center of the tables, you know, with the little decoration, small ones, right? Maybe 20 by 40, or runners, small runners according to the table, not tablecloth. Tablecloth is only authorized at the festival days, you know, the party days, all the way at the party salon, downstairs. That's the only time inside, you know, and outside you can have tablecloth, but not at the building kitchens. At the building kitchens, you're only gonna have small runners, right? Small, because people gonna eat one side and the other. So here's the table, for example, you know, small runners right at the table with the decoration you decide. Okay, and you can wash those kitchen little towels here, you know, with those bigger items, you know, you can wash them. That's all right, okay? And the minimum water is possible, of course, okay? So you're gonna have movement, you know, and don't wash 2 towels, of course, at the time, okay? So you need, let's say 10, you can have 10 or 20, all in different colors. You can have stripes, you can have plaid if it's polite, like this one, you know. You can have different ones. You can have plain, you can have a little more bulky, you can have more thin ones. That's okay, different ones. You put a big K, so if you get them here, you get the marker. So that's what's gonna differ, because maybe you're gonna buy 4 of each color, whichever it is. You put the big K here, and the opposite side, a big K, such as to cover a square of 4 by 4. A big K for kitchen, the opposite corner, a K as well. And for cleaning, you put a big C in bold, also to cover an area 4 by 4. You ignore something like that, and of course you start right here, okay? And on the opposite side, you also put a big C for cleaning. Very easy to remember, and those towels can never be mixed. Okay, if you, I'm going to make an improvement. Instead, because here's my apartment, right? But instead of keeping them here, the ones, these two I used yesterday, these I used today. Instead, these I used for a few days and I put to wash yesterday. But this I just used for 1 day. So according to your reality, do not keep them here. So nobody ever will mix with cleaning towels. What you do, you have a little bucket here at your kitchen, you know, at the corner, not by the kitchen, because here you already have this plastic to rinse, another one to drain. No, you choose another counter far away, and right at the corner, right there, you can keep a bucket and put them sideways so they won't smell bad. You know, if you believe they're dirty, so you can wash them 2 or 3 times a week. So, let's already establish, right? 2 times a week, because then you're gonna have enough towels. The ones that are very dry, you can put inside. And the ones that are wet, you put them around. Very good? Okay? I think that's the most sustainable. Get a small bucket or container, plastic container. That's how you can do it. Keep right there, far away from your kitchen. Okay? Far away, right here. Okay? So I repeat, the dry ones, really dry, you can put them inside. And the wet ones for that day, you can put outside. All right. If you're doing, because as I said, some people might already have 2 sinks, some people don't. If you have just one, of course, you're going to use the main thing. It's for people of that finishing to eat, because you have 4 teams coming to eat, right? 4 different teams. The main thing is to rinse their food out, right? The tiny little pieces, okay? And then let's say you don't have that. That is okay. So you're gonna have those bowls, but remember the last one here you need to put back inside the sink. But if you don't have, need to have that plastic to grab the water. Do not put those towels for them to drip on top of towels. No. You get a proper plastic container, okay? All right? And put them in. You can use a baking pan, you know, that's more or less this size, or you can use a big plastic square or rectangle, okay, according to reality. And maybe they, you don't even need this. Some of them are a little more skinny. You have to figure out, but you're not producing having towels on the bottom for this to, for the bowls, the eating bowls to drain. That's important because we don't want to have too much towels, and things, okay? All right? So instead of having 4 spaces, you're gonna have 1 sink and 3 containers. They go, whichever. Some counters might go this way, some counters might go that way, right? Okay? Very good. The other thing, kitchen is kitchen and seeds is seeds. This is my house, but I'm moving soon, thanks God. I'm so happy, right? Because we have to move from here, this apartment. Okay, so seed is seed and food is food. All right? So if you receive something that is raw, such as sesame seed or sunflower seeds, that's for, you're going to decide how many you're going to plant if they're raw and how many you're going to use for seeds to plant. As soon as you decide, the people in charge, right, how much you need for eating, how much you can plant and harvest to produce more, of course, you're going to produce more, right? If you have room, you're going to plant more. But you cannot keep seeds at your kitchen. Your counter needs to be completely clear, okay? You see how many plants I have here yesterday? So we're cleaning up because I keep things to make the videos, all right? So do not have any seeds to plant in here, all right? They go to the proper room that you have established, such as the one that have the most light. They figure out, they are going to have a shelf or a cabinet, and they're working, the door is open. They finish working, they lock the door, they go eat at the living room, such as here. A small living like this, you can have 4 tables, that's fine. You can have 4 tables, but what you're gonna do, you lock the door, nobody use, and they cannot work while people are eating. They need to have their break, go eat, they go to the apartment. If somebody's eating on these 4 tables we have here, what you have to do, lock the door. That bathroom is not available of the master bedroom, or if it's the kitchen, the kids' bedroom, whichever it is, So while they are working, that's okay. They're gonna work there from Monday to Friday, to produce those sprouts, organize, maybe it's 1 hour, maybe 2, maybe 4, and organize them the best as possible until you'll be able to bring them downstairs ready to put them in the ground or ready to put them in bigger pots, and then they go downstairs. All right? The other thing is forbidden for them to bring dripping trays downstairs. They have to put in proper carts, and have a base such as a baking pan and things like that. And that is not glass, of course. And then they bring to the elevators. You understand? Okay, it's forbidden to bring anything dripping or just a bit here and there. No, they already organize. The days to bring things down is Tuesday and Saturday. That's it. Early in the morning, before 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, everyone is to be by the front door of the main decided door, by the garden itself, or by the greenhouse, whichever they have, because this is considered greenhouse for that families, right? Okay, but maybe also have a greenhouse downstairs, because we need to produce a lot of food and a lot of trees, native trees, right? Supporting bushes for deserts and also for the scent of continents. All right, and then you're gonna get that cart, right? And bring them firm in somewhere like a cart, a proper cart, a supermarket cart, or those flat building carts. Need to be flat, sorry, no supermarket. Those flat ones, if you don't have, you buy one. And then people are gonna share, right? Okay? Very good. Everything that you plant need to have your name. you know, a kitchen, sprouts, you know, the floor, everything. So you're gonna have sign here. So you're gonna put what? Cafeteria, floor 5, floor 10, floor 15, floor 20. You're gonna write there the name of the building. But this sign need to be for two print size paper, cafeteria. Here, it's one is enough. You know, one is enough. If it's really bold and big, one, you know, print size paper is enough. For the 2 bedrooms, the master bedroom and the kids' bedroom will be called pantry, whichever it is. One gonna called pantry room. You put by the door. All of them have something by the door. Remember, you have a door here. You have a door here. You don't have this door. You have to take this door out. You know, all your closet doors you need to take out on those 2 cleanup days. All right? And this as well. But here, it's mandatory for you to have a door. Why? Because you have food, you have fridge. You don't want people to come in. You're not there. You finish your work, you lock the door, you're done for the day. Okay? All right, very good. And for this, you know, afterwards we're gonna also find a way to have a little lock here, you know. So you're gonna put a hook with maybe a type of lock. You cannot leave this open because soon as possible we're gonna transfer the regular electricity for solar panels. But you don't want anybody to have access to the electricity, you know, to the electricity, how you call this thing? Electricity, I don't know, door, okay, or not cabinet either. All right, I forgot the name. Okay, so very good. It's forbidden to keep bicycles here. This is like a clubhouse. All these things I'm telling you, it's exactly like we're going to do for clubhouses. But we're not going to have a huge clubhouse. We're going to have small apartments exactly like this. The ones that are downstairs or in floors, how many floors they have. All right? Okay, very good. So the room that you don't have, you have the least sun, going to be called pantry room. Decided. All right? The room that you have, because you can keep refrigerators, you know, you can keep even some things from the planting room, you can keep there. That's okay, things that they don't use so much, or maybe they're gonna use the following few months, such as seeds. If everything is labeled, it's all right, okay, because you need light, natural light. Even for people to work, they need light. The plants need light, so you keep the one with the most light. All right, very good. This is gonna be called planting room. Planting, they plant what? Food and trees, in a few words, right? Planting trees, supporting planted trees for deserts, for their own county, okay? We call planting room. Or they can say nursery. Yeah, but nursery, let me think a little bit, because nursery is also, you know, considered, you know, for babies, you know. So planting room, very clear. Everyone understand. You cannot mix with nursing or nursery, right? So similar names for babies and also for place that you plant things. You cannot call greenhouse because not really a greenhouse. So planting room and pantry room. Very clear? Okay, one is for food and the refrigerators. The best as possible right there. And the other one where you really plant, you have some tables, some shelves, okay? Very organized. You can have some chairs for people to sit. Elders can sit while they're working, because it's going to be elders working. You know, young people going to be working outside, you know, demolishing buildings. So those people here, you know, they have the protection of, you know, they're not going to take too much sun. They're not going to take too much dust, right? So the priority is for the elders to take turns and work at those locations, inside those kitchens we're talking about, okay? All right. or they're gonna be working at their kids' school, right? That's another option for elders as well. Just remember, we need people from a different, at least one couple of elder or young, the parents themselves, to work at those schools to see what's going on, for everyone 3 years old and above. And for kids up to 2 years old, their own parents gonna be there with them. All right, very good. So you're getting organized. The other thing, if you're keeping any of those, that you find for family water, for bottles, need to be transparent. The lid does not need to be transparent, but you have to take this thing out, okay? You cannot keep there. So you can wash really properly, after each use, and you do not keep them with water too many days. If you are close to the end of this 200 kilometers, so you're gonna drive about 2 hours to get the beach, right? If you drive about 100 kilometers per hour, gonna take about 2 hours for you to reach the beach, if the road is good. Okay, all right, good. So every family can have 2 of those, right? About 1 liter of each, 1 liter of each, because people cannot drink too much water, so they don't want to go to the bathroom. And we're not stopping. It's forbidden to stop. So those buses that can stay at the residential communities, they need to have a garage for them. They cannot be anywhere. They need to have the key properly done. They need to have a lock, so nobody gonna mess up with the tires or anything, right? They go to the garage, all the windows are closed, the door closed, they lock it, the bus, they lock their garage. Okay, they have that bus. They fill up the tank ahead of time, okay? They already know which, probably they have gasoline enough to go and come back, but they need to see all these details. How is the road? If the road is not good yet, has too many bumps, or if in a rainy season, don't go yet. You wait 2-4 months to start those trips, but you have to go when it's safe, right? You don't want to get chances to get those tires ruined and everyone needs to leave the bus. Don't do it. If you have a bad road, don't go. That's fine. You just explain. The 10 department directors can explain, we did not go to the beach, and the family is going to do the same this month, or this 2 or 4 or 6 months, because rainy season, the roads are very bad. They were not fixed yet. Okay, that's fine. You're not going to lose points because you have a reason. The roads are not good. Okay, but rain is not a good reason. You make the prayer, stop the rain, and you go. But if the roads are bad, with many holes, and then, of course, or it's a dirt road, some parts, and then it's okay. You're not losing points as a family or as a 10 department directors. All right? Okay, very good. The other update, boil your net. Because I've been using that for a few months now, more than 4 months, almost 5. And I noticed they start to get, with the days, they start to get a little, things that doesn't clean properly. Boil them 5-10 minutes, and then you dry them completely. Every month you get a clean one. So you always need 2. So you change them, okay? So if they dry completely, I believe that will be the best, because they get some particles, and we don't want anything that's not 100% clean. Okay, so every month you use one, use the other. Get the spray that you have that's good for lumen in this case, or good for, how you call, I forgot now. It's good for stainless steel, because some of them might be stainless steel, some of them might be good quality of aluminum, because they don't rust, right? They need to be a good quality of one or the other. All right, so you spray them, just the top, just this part here, you know, this part, this long around. So you have one is red and that is blue, okay? Blue or green, you know, so one is red, so red or orange, and the other one is the cool colors, okay? Blue or green, dark green. So we know, and when you get the new one every Monday morning, 7 o'clock, you're going to start your work, or maybe 8, right? Because the elders start working at 8. And then you're going to say, look, we are changing. So every first Monday of the week, we start with the orange or red. All right? Very good. And then you go, and then on the first month of the following month, you start with the red. Every first Monday of, even that you're repeating, that's okay, no problem. All right? But that is a pattern, and it's easy, good for us. Okay? So second will be blue, third will be the red or orange, and fourth gonna be, again, the blue or green. All right? So, and then, you know, if you have one more Monday, and then you just repeat, okay? All right, very good. Here we are with some more updates. You're doing really great, all right? The other thing, you need a place to hang your towel, the one that you're using, okay? Because we don't want to produce too many, right? So you just get a container like I have here. I used to have this one, you know, so, you know, maybe it's just one that you just got, just a little bit wet, that's okay. You have to smell them. You cannot touch your nose. You have to smell them, you know, so they cannot smell bad for the next day, okay? No, sorry, that's improvement. We're not using anybody. You just crumble them a little bit like that, and you're done, okay? All right? Very good. So basically it's that. And remember, you need one day to clean everything. When you take this out, clean behind the refrigerator, right? So you clean those places really well. Very good? Okay, so here let's talk about this. This is the first room. So when you get here inside, you know, this kitchen, that's how it is. So those two cabinets is where you're going to have your main sign. So here, you know, you have the main sign of the name, but towards where the cameras can see the best. So if you here you have glasses, you're gonna use this side. Why? Because every time you open, the cameras that gonna be on that room ceiling or whichever it is, also gonna see this when every time you open and close. And not this, in my case, that is just the window here, you see? And maybe your window is not even here. Maybe you don't even have a window in the kitchen, whichever it is. So you're gonna choose for the name of your community. You're gonna write the address, complete name, complete address, city, zip code, country's name, and continent if you are the smallest 100 countries in the plan you put there. You write the continent as well. All right. On the top, after this first here, so you keep 10 centimeters from the holding thing, whichever is round or long, like this one. Okay, so after 10 centimeters, more or less like this, right, you put this first sign according to reality, where people will see the most. Not just cameras going to be all over, but where people going to see the most. So in my case, is this, because the living room is right there. All right? Okay, very good. Okay, so soon after this sign, you know, it's a one print size paper, you jump 10 centimeters and you come with the other sign. What this sign here on the top will be what you have inside. So you can say, I have the cleaning towels, okay? I have the olive oil, or you can put seasoning, all right? Because it's right there. It's things that you use the most that's going to be close to the counter that you use. Make sense? Okay, just write the names. I have the salt, no sugar. You cannot add sugar. Keep the sugar at the pantry. The pantry gonna be the same tag as the hydration drink room. You know, they're gonna be the same. So you're gonna have two signs at the pantry. So one, you write pantry, room, and right below you're gonna write hydration room. You're gonna share keys with that person, that's fine. You know, because one look the other, you know, you take the things, prepare your drink, and you're ready 9 o'clock in the morning. Maybe not, maybe you don't need, you know, for people that eat breakfast late, that's okay. All right, so that's the hydration drink. Okay, the other thing, so if this room you keep, for example, I don't know, the cans, you get the things you're gonna use that week. All right, you know, so you have one large tray, a strong one, a double of these, such as baking pan, that is in metal, not glass, of course, right? Like Pyrex, you cannot use Pyrex. You have to use something that is stronger, such as a baking pan. Alright, so you get that baking pan, and you can keep all smaller than this. You see, this one is too big, you don't need that. Maybe a half. Straight, of course, and then you put your olive oil, you know, regular oil. So regular oil, it's for cooking. Some things you really need, like the eggs. Olive oil, never cook with olive oil, all right? So you get this straight, you know, not, here's elevated, so you can't have that. And then you take the whole tray from your cabinet with those things that you are using, you know, so you can put what? Your salt, right? The salt, your oil, olive oil, and the seasoning, right? If you have one. Okay. All right. So you get the whole tray, you know, and you keep it. You keep it here, the shelf. You see? At the shelf, you keep it here. All right, very good. You have to paint. It's forbidden to, it's forbidden to use those things. Forbidden. You have to take it out because we don't want anybody to hide anything underneath. If it's not really well painted, you're gonna make a request to the 10 department directors to paint that in white. Okay? All right? Or another color. If they have a lot of another color, that's fine. Can be yellow, you know, clear colors, right? Clear colors. But it's forbidden to have that. It's forbidden to have a straight paper, or, you know, it's forbidden. You just have the thing right there. Okay, so when you're gonna cook, you don't take the whole thing out. You just take, you know, put there on account the things you need done. Okay? All right. So you're gonna have many cabinets, right? So whichever is your reality, if this is the reality where you're gonna keep your food that you're gonna cook, such as beans, 1 week, you know, for protein. So you cook the whole week, you cook beans. The other week, the whole week, you cook chicken, you know. So every whole week, you try to cook that item, you know. And you're going to cook more often those that you have more, right? Or those that are going to expire soon, such as meat, because the grains will last forever. So you cook beans for the whole week, and then you cook lentils for the whole week, or chicken, or the meat. Or the meat from the farm, and then, you know, jump 2 weeks, the meat from hunt. Things like that, you understand? All right, so you need to write on your records book the little basics like that, all right? Okay, very good. So let's get organized. And for the cabinets that you have, you're gonna do exactly the same. You know, according to your reality, the things that you use the most gonna be right there. The second things that is not the best option gonna be on the side, right? That every kitchen should be like that, you know, to be practical. All right, let's get ready. Everyone, we see you soon. Don't have anything like this at the living room where people eat. You have to remember that, okay? If you need, you mix, you know, with the olive oil, a little bit, always a little bit, you save, you know, and you already mix there, or lemon, or a little vinegar, balsamic vinegar. You can use things, you know, a little bit of it just to give that little taste. all right? Because people can mix with the salad the beans itself, the lentils itself, right? On each bite, that's fine. Okay, so that it's you do. It's forbidden to keep there. It's called your cafeteria. It's forbidden to have sugar, salt, seasoning, all right? It's forbidden, okay? Very good. So you do it, you decide, and you mix the salad. So let's say you have 2 salad bowls. Remember, every person needs one. People that are sick, they're gonna have 1 whole cup of salad and a half cup of the meat, you know, and everything else you're cooking, such as potatoes, you know, carbs, you know, potato or the rice. But the lentils or meat, the protein or eggs need to be a half cup. Everyone that's unhealthy, they need more colorful salad and a half of the food itself, okay? Any health of any type, that's decided. People that are healthy, and then they can have, you know, a half, you know, such as, a half of those cup and a half, you know, a half of each, okay? All right, so you mix on this big bowl that you're gonna have, you mix the salad, you see? So if you have a big bowl, you do it, all right? So which bowl you're going to keep? The best according to reality, okay? You avoid the Pyrex, but if you don't have any other one, that's okay until you have a plastic one and a grabbing thing for the salad, okay? And then you already leave, you know, maybe 20 bowls, and people get which one they want, but you already leave the 2 sides, you know, the table, healthy and unhealthy people, you know, you leave some bowls ready. So you're gonna have 2 labels. They're like size of 2 flashcards, a half page of a print size paper, you know. So unhealthy, improving, that's the words you're gonna write there, and then healthy meals, healthy people, and on the other side you're going to write unhealthy, improving, just because, you know, we are improving, right? That's what everyone's gonna do it. Any health problem, if they're obese, if they're overweight, diabetes, cholesterol, bad circulation, because they need to chew 40 to 50 times each bite of those veggies. You need to put hard veggies for them to have this food for that long, okay? All right, so you mix the bowl, you know, in plastic, strong plastic container. You're only gonna use the Pyrex if you really don't have another option. But if you have plastic and you have those bowls, that's okay, because more families are coming from the continents, right? Okay, so you can keep some bowls round like this, one stacked to each other, on those cabinets at the pantry room. So you can have one cabinet for bowls. You know, the glasses, you cannot use any glasses or Pyrex, okay? So you can keep them there. You're gonna have a lock for all the glasses and bowls, okay? That they can, we're going to decide about them because we need them, right? The plastic is not really the best option, but might take 4 years for us to use them. But they're strong, they're not cracked, they last forever. And they're transparent, so they're better. In this case, they're better than the porcelain ones, all right? But until we decide, you can keep a stack of transparent, you can keep another stack of porcelain bowls, round bowls. And then you can keep also, you know, a stack of Pyrex. Usually they are, you know, you can keep a stack. Maybe one of the families have a whole set, you know, the Pyrex rectangles, right? And the porcelain rectangles. Rectangles are very good because we are going to decide, after these 4 years, which one we're going to use. We're going to give priority to the Pyrex that's transparent or to the ones that are colored. For porcelain, they need to be strong and thick. Do not get China type. Those thin ones, do not keep China. You can keep them if they have some drawings. That is okay. That's not a problem. Okay? So let me just give an example. Something like that's fine. It's positive. You see what I mean? As soon as it's not black, that is fine. All right? Okay? But for dishes like that, you just can keep maybe 10 different colors, right? For special days, right? The brunch for Sundays, yeah, that's good, because the brunch for the birthday people is downstairs with everyone, right? Outside or inside, whichever, it's each reality, because some of them have big salons, but they don't have much garden space. Okay, so keep 10 for Sundays, okay? That people gonna eat a little more slow and talk a little bit, okay? It's a brunch, okay? And so I think it's good. Keep 10, all right? And in different colors, can be whole painted or can be like that with white, but no black and no purple, all right? The side. But every other color, clear or strong or royal, right? That's fine, okay? All right, so let's repeat very quick. You keep the bows transparent and the bows strong porcelain, no thin china, strong. And then you keep the Pyrex rectangles, a set, keep a set, rectangles, and then here you keep the porcelain, rectangles, okay, porcelain, but no thin china. We're gonna call china because that's how we say in English, all right? Okay, those thin things, okay, all right, because when we put on the table like that, we can fit many, rectangles one on the side, so people are gonna be self-serving, so they are more reasonable than bows, but keep them now, and before the end of the 4 years, we're gonna let you know to which ones we're gonna give priority, or maybe the 4 of them I just told you now. All right, very good. Okay, let's get going. Let's get ready. We'll see you soon. All your baking pans, even though they have a little mistake or if they start getting a little rusted, some of them are not going to be too strong because the pots of plants going to be here. Keep them all because they can be used for many months, years, right? So people gonna put water or spray water on them according to what they need, and once a week they're gonna clean the bottom, right? Take all the plants and wipe through the water. Once a week we're gonna do that, clean up all the trays. So I think we can do Wednesday for a half of the trays and Saturday for the other half of the trays, because then I'm gonna be helping the teens, the whole family can help a little bit, right? Of those people in charge. So Saturday is a good day to do many things. All right? Okay. So keep them all. Use the worst ones first. The ones that are really a little rusted, right? If it's too bad, you throw away. All right? Okay. So keep them all. All right? And because it's forbidden to bake, as I said, you have to take them out by the end of July. You cannot keep ovens. You cannot keep ovens like this or the ones in gas. You cannot keep. You need a flat stove. All right? So get going, and that's priority for a kitchen, because everything else you can do yourself. But this you need professionals to install the proper flat unbreakable stove. Okay? They're gonna last forever. All right, if you're in the center of the continent, or if you are by the 200 kilometers from the beach line. All right, okay, very good. And this you're not keeping at the kitchen or at the pantry. This you're gonna keep at the room, the planting room. They're gonna have some cabinets for those extra ones. They're gonna have some trays that they're going to use, reuse, right? So they can keep right there, in the shelves or some cabinets is fine. Okay, one inside the other, they can stack, and the bigger one is better because they can fit many pots. And according to the pots you're gonna buy or have donation, they're gonna use one or another baking pan like that, because then you're going to see how many pots can fit according to the size of the pot you got. So it's good for them to have different sizes. Okay, very good. All right, and you don't need to write their names right now, okay? But keep your markers. Keep strong markers at this pantry room, okay? Permanent markers, because as soon as we decide, you're gonna write it down, because right now you're gonna be sharing, so you're gonna write how many you have, and maybe you got a lot of one thing or a lot of something else, and you're gonna share. So we don't want people to write those things. As soon as you have the amount, you're gonna give that paper to the 10 department directors. On the following month, they're gonna say, can you please donate 4 or 10? You have too many of these or too many of that. So the whole building, and you're gonna also start receiving donations from people that will be moving from the center of continents to the beach, and people at the center of the continents need those things as well at their own sky risers. So don't write anything right now, just wait, okay? The main thing is for you to have those cabinets and all the walls. So inside the room that you have planting, in 2 different opposite walls, you are going to write planting room, kitchen floor number 5 or 10, 15 or 20. Understand? So at the cafeteria, here going to be your cafeteria with 4 tables. If it's a small apartment like this one, you have 4 tables that can fit. And here in the corner, you're going to have the food serve. You don't want the food too close to the corridor. So here's the corridor, right? We come from the outside, and here is the corridor. You don't want the food right there because people are going to be passing right there. You have the food a little bit on the side. If you have a space like that, such as the window is going to be open, and you put all the dishes here, right? You go on the other side and put them on the table on this corner. You understand? Okay, so you keep the food a little protected from the place where everybody's going to be walking. All right, so you have a table, a folding table right there, with all the food, okay? And then more people come, they start to empty out, and other people are going to help you to because this couple already worked for 2 or 4 hours the whole morning, right? Then is the couple in charge of the dishes. Then you're going to be eating, you see what's going on, right? Because they're going to be washing their dishes here. They need that place, but you are close by, right? So you have this team, the washing. And when you finish cooking, everything's clean. You don't have one pan dirty, unless you using the pan, the big pan, for people to serve. That's okay. You don't have to put everything plated because we're not going to have special day every day. So that's okay. You cannot put it hot. You can use the placemat, right? Whichever you have, if it's a hay or, those made out of natural fiber or cotton, whichever it is, that's fine. But when you finish cooking, all your pots are clean or being used, okay, for people to serve themselves, the meat, the rice, the beans, okay, whichever is your reality. All right, very good. See you soon. Let's talk about the pantry room. You're gonna keep those platters, right? Those strong bowls that I just told you in platters. All right. So you're gonna write the numbers you have. So let's say you have 20 or 40 of those, or 20 or 40 glasses. Okay, so you have that number, right? And then when the 10 department directs, because that's not priority in the first few months, but maybe in the 4th month or so, before January 1st, let's do the same for everybody. They're gonna check what every place got. All right, so if you had, for example, 10 of this, and then you're gonna give or you're gonna receive more of that item, to share with everyone how much they got until end of December 2023. Okay, so you're gonna have written here on that paper how many bowls, you're gonna specify, Pyrex, or porcelain. Pyrex and porcelain for the rectangle as well. All right, and then you're gonna give or donate. That number you originally had, you make a cross, just one line, in another color of a marker, not so thick, a little thick, but not too much, that the number you had before, and then you're gonna cross, and then you keep the same exact paper. Sit on the floor and write right there. You take gently. You need tapes on the bottom, right? Okay? Or a tape like this way, right? In a slanted. So you can have something like that. You can have the tape, a little bowl like that. Or you can have, like this, like here. You see? Like that and like this. Or like that, make a little roll. All right, whichever you have, you cross that and you put, we received 5 more. So now equals, you say how many. Or we gave 2 or 10, okay? So you cross the old number because the new number, the place is still the same. If you need another cabinet, you can get another cabinet, right? Okay, so basically it's that. So all the kitchens of that building gonna have more or less the same, okay? And then that's how gonna be, all right? And if one building believes they have them, then we're gonna compare other buildings, but not now, all right? For now, we're just gonna compare the kitchens of your same building, for platters, for cups, and for bowls, all right? Okay, very good. The other thing is forbidden to keep any silverware that's silver or gold. That's forbidden. Restaurants, fancy restaurants, or from homes, fancy homes, forbidden. Those that are going to be used as proper authorized jewelry. We are only going to keep, regular silverware that they're not too weak, right? Because some are too weak. You get the stronger, the stronger ones, all right? If you have extras, that is fine. You can keep some right there, write the name outside, and then if you get exchange, improved, you cross the old number and you keep for whole semester that information, how many you had before, and the new number of that item, okay? If you gave or if you receive, all right? Very good. All these signs that I'm talking about, you need the name of your building, and the address of the city. All these signs, okay? You can even write them small, but they need to be in bold, all right? Okay, very good then. So have those signs ready, all of them, with the name kitchen or cafeteria or pantry room or planting room, all right? Okay. So this is already organized, decided. So what's your priority? Let's repeat, is this. Because this, you need a professional to come. Whichever you have a resident that can do it or not, if you have to buy or not, but this, you cannot cook with a set like this. So you have 2 days to clean up, everything's not good, 2 days to organize, and then you need, that week, you need someone to install the new ones, right? You get the family, see who has money, and buy or get donations from communities that are closing down. You get points if you call those places. Houses, Call those communities and ask the office, do you have any resident that is, have a flat stove? And they're gonna let you know if they have or not. If they don't, of course, you're gonna buy. All right, but you need people to install. Everything else, anybody can do it. It's clean, make signs, count, separate. They just follow instructions from those videos. But the installation of that, it's not. Okay? And then with time, a few months, for people living up to 200 kilometers from the beach, we're going to see if we keep the electricity, if you already can install the solar panels. That's another video. Very good. Get ready. So now let's say a few words about our laundry. The washer and the dryer, So some washers are on the side, and some washers are like that. Some dryers have the net here. Some dryers have the net at the door. Okay. All right. So you have 2 good washers there. What are you going to wash there? Mostly it's things you use at the kitchen, right? And the people's cleaning towels, because remember, people are not keeping their own towels forever. We're going to exchange them, so you're going to have those towels for rugs, simple rugs like that for the bathroom. So they are going to exchange them, okay? So the cleaning towels, they wash here. Let me think. Okay, so let's do that. If they have a washer at their apartment, they're gonna wash their cleaning towels and their clothes at their apartment. Makes sense, right? But if they don't have a washer at their apartment, they're gonna wash the cleaning towels and clothes right here at these kitchen things, right? And instead of going all the way down the building, or until the other apartments have wash and dry. If they already have this connection, this is your apartment, they can make for the entire building, hopefully, right? Or maybe they have the connection, but they don't have the machines, and as donations come, all right. So you have 2 options. This washer and dryer are going to be used for all these families that attend the same cafeteria, or maybe you're going to use only for the kitchen, your kitchen. And then, basic that. And then if you're using only these little small towels, you wash well, you boil, and you hang any other location, but you don't need a dryer. All right? Just because they're going to take forever to dry 2 or 4 or even 8 mini towels like that. Makes sense, right? Okay, so basically it's that. So if the families have washers, they're gonna wash their cleaning towels and clothes. If they don't, you are going to organize a schedule, and the clipboard gonna be right here with every family name, time. They have to wash twice. They need a washer twice a week. And they can start washing 5 o'clock in the morning, and they can go up to 8 o'clock, right? That is fair. To make noise up to 8 o'clock is fine. If they have young children, of course, they can't be washing till 8. They have to stop until 7:20 or so. So you have your clipboard right there, everyone see, and it's the same schedule for the whole year until the end of December. If you need a little improvement, you make the improvement. You cross how it was. You don't write it down until the end of the year. So this family, they got a baby. They didn't have a baby before. So they're going to have the right to wash every other day, right? 4 times a week. Okay, so you cross that, across the whole family for the day, that time, and you write it here, okay? On the bottom, the family, the same family with the new time. Do not put a paper on the top. Leave it cross and use the next line. Okay, so you already took this out. You already know if the family is going to be using this wash and dryer, okay? And you're done. because some apartments, they don't have this connection for washer and dryer. On this case, if they don't have that, you're gonna wash your mini towels with your small brush. Remember that small brush? I don't have it here now. You wash right here and you hang right here, somewhere. Such as I said, you can have on the counter that you don't use much, so one is the dirty bucket, for example. All right, you jump 20 centimeters or so, and here gonna be your clean bucket, right? And you can dry, you can wash once a day, you can wash that one, or every other day, you can wash already, hang and done. So you wash your towels for sure Wednesday and Saturday. And if it's just a little dirty, you can just rinse them off, put some drops of soap and just rub with your hand. But with the brush, like nail brush, that firm brush, it's a small brush. So let me show you here. It's something like that. The white one? It's something like that. It's just the bristles come a little longer. This is more for nail. You see, it's about 1 centimeter tall and it's firmer. The other one is the bristles are longer and more soft. So you can wash those towels 20 by 20. Okay? So you're gonna dry. Why? You don't wanna dry on a porch, people gonna touch, maybe have plants there. No, you dry right here. All the kitchen's gonna have ventilation one way or another. Or the air condition is on, or the fan is on, right? You need ventilation at your kitchen one way or another. So that's how you're gonna do it, okay? So let's already make an improvement here. You put the dirty one on the left side and you put the clean one on the right side. Make sense? All right, so here gonna be a half page, right on the bucket, and also in there on the bucket a flashcard. I think it's a flashcard on a bucket, so you can cover with transparent tape. Keep the markers and transparent tape. So you put that flashcard and say dirty towels, left side, clean towels, right side. And you cover that flashcard with those thick tapes, not the thin regular ones, the thicker ones, about 4 centimeters tall. You cover that. On the wall, you keep a half page of a print size paper, right? And the same, dirty kitchen towels, clean kitchen towels. All right, in bold, always in bold. Everything you write, the name of your building gonna be on the top. Very good. Here it is. Yeah, some things are not mine, belongs to my roommate. Okay, so here we are. Very good. So let's get ready, my friends, and let's get going. We see you soon. The other thing I didn't say, if the building does not have connection for washers and dryers, because we don't have much space. If they have a porch, and then people can buy clothesline. But it's important to have a few dryers, to disinfect and things like that. All right, and also for speed, because we're gonna sweat a lot and we need clean clothes, right? We cannot repeat clothes. So if the building apartments do not have a connection for washers and dryers like this that you see here, it's okay. They are going to do those laundry rooms downstairs on the bottom floor, okay? Bottom floor, done. So they have big laundry rooms all the way on the bottom floor. They can use the party salon, a place, what's the most convenient. Need to be in a covered area, of course, right? With proper door, and the last family needs to close it 8 o'clock, right? Someone that does not have young children, go and lock it 8 o'clock. Nobody use until the next morning, 5 o'clock. We're not going in the middle of the night to wash laundry. Okay? So Friday and Saturday, I think we can do till 9, right? 9 o'clock, one of the elders, can go and have the responsibility to close and open, 5 o'clock in the morning, or we can have two different couples, one always open, the other one always close. All right, so they're gonna do that. If the building is really tall, they can do the first or second floor, that's fine, so they don't need to do the connection for washer the whole building. Makes sense, right? Okay, but sometimes to go to the second floor, the water gonna drain better instead of being on the first floor. Either way is fine, doesn't matter. But, they need to have enough washers for all the families of that building, right? On this amount that we said, the people with young children can wash their laundry 4 times a week and everyone else twice a week and done. And calculating the sheets, we have to wash every other week. Okay, that's the only extra. But the clothes, that's how I said just now. All right, my friends, let's get ready. So you can have frames like that, at the kitchen, or if everybody have their own washers, you can. They're transparent, you see? You can see through. So if you have any camera on the ceiling anywhere there, it's a see-through, that's fine. If it's wood, it's okay too, right? It's okay, doesn't matter, because it's open, right? It's open, people gonna see. It's not a tight place. As soon as you have to take this thing out. Very good. It's not going to, hurt anybody. It's positive, so we don't have hidden spots. All right, very good. Let's get ready. Okay, my friends, so now let's imagine this is the room of your planting room. So let's imagine this is the master bedroom or kids' bedroom, whichever it is. All right, so people will be there, right? Probably 2 couples. And on Saturday, they're going to have their family members helping them when it's needed. Okay, or this elder is going to be working outside, whichever is the most needed, because this is like the place for sproutings, right? Sprouts in general. Okay, if you have a closet like that, you have to take the door out. Even that is flat door, you take it out. Why? Because there's no reason, here inside, for example, you're going to keep what? Some seeds, right? The following seeds or dry things, right? Baking pans to use as a holder, right? To put your pots. What else you may be going to be using? Whichever it is. This, you don't need to lock, all right? Because the door you're going to lock is the one that goes to the cafeterias, this one. You understand? This is your closet. But it's not going to be a closet, just going to have the items you use at this room. It's fine. Everything is to be clean and away from the floor. Nothing on the floor. You can have shelves this type because they're transparent. You can have wood. That is fine, no problem. It's mandatory for you to have a light. You cannot have a burnt light. You need to have a proper light showing this room. Everything with label. So seeds of this, seeds of that, everything I'm gonna put in shoe boxes of different colors. So for example, seeds for summer or spring, seeds for fall, seeds so you're gonna have 4 boxes, different boxes according to your reality, and here gonna be the name of the 4 seasons, one beside the other, or 2 here and 2 on the following shelf. That's fine. So it is okay to have this material and it's okay to have wood. All right. Okay. You can keep some cleaning towels. Then you're going to write, the cleaning towel, when you write the pattern of the cleaning towel. So let's say this is your cleaning towel. Okay. So it's about 20 by 20 or maybe a little bigger, doesn't matter. So here you're going to write PR, planting room. On the opposite way, very good, you're going to cover the area of 4 by 4. And here, you're going to write PR, planting room, for planting room. So everybody going to know when you wash, whichever you wash by hand, you know, you don't need to boil, you don't need to disinfect them. You know that that's your towel. So you have one shoebox with these things I just said, you know, those towels. So what else you can keep here? The seeds, trays, empty trays that are clean, the baking pans to hold those trays, all these things you keep right here. Okay, you don't have any clothes, you don't have anything else related to the cafeteria or related to food, nothing. That is the planting room only. Okay, so imagine this is the planting room. You take this door out, you have everything labeled, not like this. You have it labeled at those boxes, all right? Okay? And if it's the trays, the baking pans, then it's okay. You can have something like that. It's strong and firm, not thin like this one that easily gonna be damaged. That's okay. You don't need, of course, a box. You just stack them up one on the top of the other. Whichever is your reality is fine. If you're gonna build, and then you do, you know, shelves all the way, and then the other side shelves all the way. All right? Very good. And you don't keep anything in plastic like that because you don't need. Everything is clean. You don't have bugs. You don't have cockroaches. You have nothing. Everything is clean and neat. And for anything of these apartments, if they need, you paint everything. You know, you can even paint one wall different than the others. Okay, so this is your planting room. So you're going to have your sign, the name of your building, the address, and then you're going to write planting room. Okay, very good. Here what you're going to write, planting room closet, because if it's inside like that, it's a closet. If you don't have a closet, so here or over there, you have a cabinet, you know, or shelves to keep this material, or a long shelf attached to the wall. If it's a long shelf, you need to attach the top with a strong rope, you know, make hooks, you know, with a proper screwdriver, and attach both sides of this taller shelf. Instead of all the families have everything downstairs, the things to use at your garden. But here, at this room, in a closet or in a cabinet, you're going to keep all the materials you use here for your sprouts. Okay, most as possible. All right, so let's now talk about the bathroom. Okay, so if you have a shower, okay, so if you have a shower, it's mandatory to block everything. You take any type of a sliding door, whichever is your reality, no soap for shower, nothing hang there. You take that out, you know, you block that, and you block this. Nobody can move it around. So you just leave the hook, you know, it's forbidden to drip. You know, so that's another thing, you need professionals to do it. You lock this somehow. You know, this faucet, you lock. No soaps, not this, nothing. So yes, you keep one for the hand towels, right? So at this cabinet, you're going to keep some that is cleaning towels, right? With the PL, and some that is hand towels, right? Because you work, you come, use the bathroom, that's fine. So you can use the bathroom, you can use the toilet, you just have to clean every week. The cleaning day, if it's a younger person wants to do by itself, already clean, disinfect the toilet, the sink, and you're done, right? Such as here, disinfect everything, done. If they're too old and they need help from the family, they do it on Saturday. But you have to clean every week. You know, Friday or Saturday is this bathroom cleaning up time. Okay, very good. You cannot keep a bunch of things, but you are going to keep a nail brush, you know, that's a little smaller like this. It's more like 1 centimeter, not 1.5 or 2. This is good for towels, but not so good for nails. Okay, you keep your soap there, use the liquid first, and you use the bars afterwards, okay? Very good. No soap, no liquid soap, sorry. Those families can use at the apartments. You're gonna use the bars on both bathrooms of this kitchen, right? Clubhouse, whichever we call kitchen. Okay, all right, bars, because they're safer and people won't waste anything. These families can use at their own apartments because they are in charge to save and don't use too much. Okay, all right, so basically it's that. And of course you need some toilet paper, right, that the family is gonna share and keep buying. You're gonna use this toilet the least as possible, right? Because we don't want to create those mini towels for this bathroom. So people use the bath, they live right there. They have their breaks, they go. This is just for the sink. Let's do that. For emergency in the beginning, elders are getting used, you know, to don't go too much to the bathroom. So it's okay, you can use the toilet. But the main reason is for the sink only. So after December, end of December 2023, it's forbidden to use the toilet. You clean just once a month, all right? But this you clean every Friday and or Saturday with your family, and the floor, of course. Okay? So if you have, you know, a cabinet like this, it's mandatory to take the mirror out. You see here, you just take it out entirely and leave open. You're gonna have nothing there, you know, nothing, because everyone's gonna have their own house right there. You know, it's a floor away, 2 floors away, it's right there. They go and use it. Okay, all right. So this is the floor. So it's forbidden to have drawers. You take everything, all the drawers away. You know, you take all the doors out, because this is the bathroom. You're not keeping seeds here, not keeping trays. You take everything out, okay? So just gonna be the cabinet. You cannot keep plastic bottom. You can paint nice and neat, but no paper, no buckets because something's dripping. You have to fix anything that's needed on this apartment. Okay, the door is flat, it's good, you know, you always save electricity. Okay, so you're gonna work in this room, right? So you have a whole room there. All right, so you can have the tables like this, or you can have the tables like that. I already showed you in another video, right? Whichever is possible and the best. You can have many tables, you fit many. People can walk, you know, to put them in. So you can have them like that, long ways. And with a little tiny space for the person just to come between tables and drop off things here or drop off things there. So you can have, so let's say you have 2 tables. So you can have some pattern like that. So let's say your room is like this, right? So here's this closet door, just show you. Here's the bathroom, or the other way around, you know, if you're doing like this. All right, so you can have 1 table like this and people walk here. The other table right beside, nothing on the middle, and people walk here. So they can put in, take out, and they walk here and put in or take it out. All right, so their working table, the best is another location, such as here or here, okay? All right, or they can also work in this, if they have a porch, the working table can be at the porch, so they can see outside, see the weather. Of course, we don't want, they can have some chairs like this, you know, if the window is here, or if the porch is like that, they can put a smaller working table like this. One couple sit here, the other there, okay? So they can see the view and enjoy the view, look outside, whichever they have outside, other buildings, the sky, okay? So they can enjoy the moment because they're not going to stay there too long, right? So let's try, I think, 2 hours. And in the beginning will be 4 hours, a lot to do. But after that, as soon as they get more established, no, I think will be always about 4 hours. All right, so always will be this way. 2 tables together without space and the walking place right here. 2 tables together without walking space and the space, the walking right here. Walking, right? This way. All right, and here, maybe they leave empty. If they have room, they can put some tables long ways, you know, long ways, 2 or 4, whichever is the size of that room. Or if they have a reasonable middle, they can put the tables on the other side exact like this. Just leave some space for the door, right? The entrance door or the porch door, whichever is the can fit most as possible. Okay, all right. So yes, it is mandatory on the way that don't have the window towards the inner part of this chosen room, put a light there, you know, because maybe it's worth it to keep a light and you use the biggest room, that's the master bedroom, even that the sun is not really here, you put, or you can even put 2 lights, or one is strong in the middle. All right, so that's how you're gonna do. 2 tables, walking space. 2 table, walking space. 2 tables, walking space. This is the walking space. All right, okay. So here are the walking space every 2 tables. You can use plastic folding tables, or you can use even doors with a strong, firm base, right? Like those triangles, you know. As soon as they're proper attached and strong, that's okay. Whichever is your reality. We're talking about many different countries, right? Different locations. We're talking about all this is for center of continents, but also for the outside 200 kilometers from the beach. It's the same exact kitchen we're going to have at these hotels or apartment buildings. Okay? Very good. Let's get organized. So let's keep the master bedroom because we're going to have much more plants than food. No. Let's do an improvement. You do whichever is the best, because some master bedrooms are really big, and you know, you just decide yourself what is the best for planting and what's the best for food, because people also gonna have food for 2 years. 2 years. They're gonna keep many bags of lentils, beans, and all these things, dry food. So how you're gonna make a decision, you're gonna talk about and see how much you have, you know, of the dry food. So if you're gonna use the kitchen, I mean the kids' room for the food, or for planting, or you're gonna do the master, but which one is more important according to how much you need a place for food with a lock, that's for sure, right? And the planting, you can do the best you can here and at this porch if you have a porch, and the rest you have to do downstairs. Okay? All right? You can keep the light on. The size of the room is not important. As soon as you figure out, either way is fine. Okay? Because maybe easier you can connect, keep the light during the day. We're not keeping light day and night for the plants. I don't think we need that. Okay, And we also have to save electricity, because until that we have solar panels at all these buildings, or maybe just keep them the electricity we already have, okay? So you, the residents, with the person in charge, decide. The other way is, as soon as you have the 10 department directors, they are going to decide. They're in charge of the building for all the kitchen floors, right? The cafeteria have the same pattern. Everyone gonna do this or everyone gonna do that, because they have to share everything they need. So if they're close to a desert, for example, for sure they need more plants, right? But they also, because the food, they can keep food one on the top of the other, right? It's the bags, we are not having rats, we're not having any of those things. They just put one on the top of the other, all right? In shelves, in transparent bags. Okay, very good. All right, so here we are. And of course, use this porch. You have light. If you have a porch, use this porch to work, but also plants, you know. You can work towards the window, the open side, and keep the tables or shelves. You can have tall shelves here with many trays. That you can do that on the back. So maybe if it's too big, tall shelves, plastic shelves, with those always with the baking pans under those pots, okay? All right, so you can do that. And you can work closer to the net, the mosquito net or the security net. Mosquito nets just up to the 4th floor is plenty. But all the way we're gonna have security kids net. That's how it's called. Kids synthetic, strong, firm, new, not those that are already breaking apart, right? New if needed, right? Security net. So nobody threw anything down, no kids fall, nobody fall, okay? Very good, you know, so you can work there. And so one couple can work in the morning, one couple can work in the afternoon on this working table right here. And they sit like that, okay? All right. And if the sun comes this way or that way, that is fine. So let's say here's the door, you know, from the bedroom. Or if the door is here towards the living room, you know, the living room. So maybe you have 2 doors, one to the master bedroom and one to the living room. Okay, here can fit another shelf, tall shelf. So maybe you can put 1, 2 in the back, even that the door gonna stop right there. You know, maybe here 1, 2 shelves and a 3rd one here. That's fine. On this case is fine. Okay? Use all the space you have, even up to 1.5 meters or 2 meters. Okay? And you're just not going to use the ones that are too close, too tall, right? You need to reach that in a reasonable way. But you can install those plastic shelves. As soon as the top, you know, the top of the shelf here and here are connected to the wall with proper screwdrivers. Remember? And a strong, thick rope. Not this very thin twines, no. Thick rope, about 1 centimeter or so, right? I think that's reasonable. With proper hooks attached to the wall on both different sides. This side and that side, 2 different hooks. Very good. Let's get ready. The porch also needs a sign. Remember that. You know, the name of the building, the address, and you're going to write porch planting room. Okay? Porch planting room. This one is just planting room. This is porch planting room. All right, let's get ready, get going, and we see you soon. Okay, now let me say a few things about this porch. So you have the porch here. Let's say you have the living room here, and this is the long, big sliding door like I have here in my apartment. What you're gonna do? you're gonna make sure this door doesn't slide all the way, so you can have your plant, your 2 shelves here, right? Because that's very important. And even the people that are eating, you have what, 4 tables, right? If they're round or square, rectangle. Okay, the living room is like this, for example. So instead of open all the way, you just keep a reasonable 1 meter, right? And on the inner part or in the outside part, you have there a piece of wood that will block that sliding door to open all the way. Okay, so instead of opening, for example, 1.5 meters, you're gonna stop with just the end, not the whole thing. So people are able to open until that point, but not all the way. The other thing, of course, if you have those very long sliding doors, the shelf needs to pass that point to be connected to the wall and not, above where those doors stop. Shall we have a look? Okay, very good. So you have 2 shelves here, maybe 1 more shelf here, connect to the wall. And here's your working bench, so you can look outside, have fun, see the view. Okay, very good. Let's get going. All right, so you can have buckets like this, that's fine, whichever small ones or the 5-gallon ones, paint one, as soon as very clean. If they have chemicals on them, you're gonna keep them with water overnight, maybe for 2 weeks or so, and then you keep dumping, and then so the chemicals get out. But you're not getting those pots to plant straight away here. Then they have to be outside. Here, this room will be for smaller plants. If you have any connection like this, if you see here, for old phones, just cut, or get the electrician. In this case, I didn't have. This part was already like that. Keep like that because they're going to clean up. There's another video about that cleanup. How they're going to take things that we don't need. You need a fan. So if you don't have a fan, a ceiling fan like this, you install one. You have the light, you have the ceiling, okay? All right? And it's another video if people are going to be allowed to have more lamps for growing. I'm going to decide this afterwards. Because the real best is to have nurseries outside. But we know some cities by the beach, they're already huge. It's one building after another. They don't have much land space. But this, you're authorized, have good light, warm light, not that transparent one, warm light, like those that are not this bright, I forgot the name now, fluorescent, right? So try to have the warm color, okay? And you need a fan. If you don't have a fan like that, what you're gonna do? You're gonna install one right here. Those that have the triangle that moves? So the air, fresh air, gonna come from the porch or from your window right there and bring new air in. Of course, you always gonna have your door open towards your cafeteria. That's how you're calling, cafeteria. The sign gonna say cafeteria. Okay, so let's talk about this. If you have blinds or curtains, just take them out. You don't need them. That is a planting room, right? At the food, you keep them to keep shade. So you open a little bit and close in the morning, afternoon, whichever the sun it's coming. So you keep it cool because they have food. But here you need the warmest as possible, most light as possible. So you just take them out and bring them to recycle. All right, so now let's turn the light on. So I'm just gonna tell you a few words about the long shelves that you can have. I said you can have 2, right? So if you have a sliding door like that, a very long, more than 2 meters long, you see? They're very long there. So what you're going to do, you're gonna put, in my case, I'm gonna put that piece of wood inside. sorry, you can't see too much. But inside at the cafeteria, in my case here, you know, so that's the cafeteria. The living room is the cafeteria. So you're gonna put two blocks so people can't open this. So of course, you're gonna have one shelf starting from there, right? One shelf start from there and the other here. Or if you have a large porch, you can have both shelves right there at that. You see here? So you can have both shelves. Alright, sorry my video stopped because the battery was low and I did the notes. Alright, so here it is. You have the cafeteria door there. So if you have a large porch like this one, it perfectly fit those tall two shelves right there. Plastic, of course, right? Plastic, long, strong shelves, one beside the other. The top needs to be connected to the wall, okay? Perfectly will fit too. If you have a small porch, and then you can put both shelves towards the sliding door, okay? All right, very good. Now, this would be, for example, your working table closer to the nets, right? The window, whichever is your reality. If it's open like that, or if it's a proper window or a sliding window, every apartment is a little different. You cannot have, of course, the tablecloth, right? So gonna be plastic or wood. Wood is fine if it's covered in transparent, thick plastic. Those that do not move around. You can even have hooks. You know those hooks that you slide right there on the top to keep when the wind comes? That's all right. So you work. When people come to eat, first come, first serve, they can use this table to eat, right? Because it's gonna be a pretty place. Right? Okay, that is good too. The other thing, if you don't have this door coming, that is fine. Or if it's worth it to block this door and nobody will ever use it, that's fine. So if your porch is small, you can have one shelf that side and one shelf where this door is. Okay, so you won't block the view to have two shelves here. So you need two shelves. If you have a porch, you need 2 or 3 shelves is fine, because we need lots, thousands, millions, billions of trees for deserts and for other locations, okay? All right, so before they start arriving, 10 minutes before, you need to clear that working bench. You just, if you don't have this door, if you're blocking this door from the master bedroom, you just go around and use the regular door, right? Okay, you clear that, you clean with drops of soap and water, you know, take the dust or whichever is your working bench. And you can work standing up, you can work sitting down, because elders gonna be working there, all right? And you can keep a very few things at the table if they are strong, like those glasses. I have glass. I can't come too closer because then the video is going to stop again. The battery is low. Let me see if I can zoom in. Oh yeah, I can. So you see these glasses I show you, I'm making sprouts of my rosemary and my raspberry, hibiscus. Okay, you can have the same. You cannot have glass, but you can have strong, thick plastic containers. That's all right. So you can have a few at the center of the table. Who gonna eat there? Small families, of course, right? Or they can slide a little bit and have, for example, a bench here and a bench there. That's okay. All right? Okay? So you have to empty everything and clean 10 minutes before their eating arrival time. Very good. Here we are. So it's forbidden to have bikes or scooters. Every family gonna keep their own. Okay? All right. If they borrow to someone they trust, then they can borrow to someone they trust. Very good. Here we are. Let's get ready. Of course, you cannot have wood things if rains on that porch. And then you're gonna put the chairs always inside the cafeteria when not in use. The table is okay because they're gonna have that plastic cover, right? And of course the floor every Friday or Saturday, the whole place needs to be cleaned. The cafeteria floor, the porch floor, the pantry floor does not need. You only clean in the second Friday of the month because it's just the floor, the count, you don't need family to help. So we avoid using that room, even getting in or out. Okay? All right, so basically it's like that. The second, let's do the first. First Friday of the month, you sweep and mop the pantry room. And once a month is plenty. And clean, dust the counters and window sill. Done, no more. Okay? Very good. Here we are. Let's get ready. Let's get going. Okay, so if you have dinner, of course you need some light outside, right? That's strong. You cannot have light like that. It's too dim. You see, it's too dim. It's not good, So you just take the outer cover and leave the outlet. Just put another light there, but not this type. It's too dim. We need things that are good because some places gonna get dark soon. Okay, but you use the porch. All right, very good. So basically it's that. I guess we said it all. So the other thing you need professionals is that a space open for the kitchen. So you need that. The other thing I didn't say, it's that, let me turn the light on here. Oh, sorry. Okay, so here, if you have a cover, blinds like this, or, this is the sliding one, you see? They're about a little more than 10 centimeters long, you see here? Okay, so if you have something like that, you keep, because maybe it's too hot, you keep and keep some cool, but then, all right, so let's say a few words. That's the entrance of my apartment. Here is the laundry room I showed you earlier. Okay, so at the entrance, people are coming. You can have your cabinet with a few extra things right here, taller than this, so you can have about 1 meter long and, a little deep right there, just one, because the food, we don't want to keep the food at the walking path. The food will be located at that end. That's more protected, right? Because it's closer, for example, to the kitchen. You can put the platters or whichever, the bowls right there, and easily you can bring to that table. It needs to be a firm, strong table. Can be a folding table or wood table, that's fine. All the way long rectangle towards the corner, all right? So it's firm, it's by itself, it's fine. At the room, you're gonna have the tables to eat, round or rectangle, whichever can fit. Okay, so here is your cabinet with a few extra bowls, a few extra silverware, right? Because maybe some families move in and out, you already have some there, okay? The very extra ones, the best ones, you're going to keep inside the pantry room, okay? Because we're always going to use the worst first, right? But in this case, the bowls need to be in a proper size. If you don't have them, you have to buy them in different colors. 10 of each color, something like that. Okay, on the top of this cabinet, you're gonna put the plates and silver that will be used. So people come, they wash their hand at the bathroom, the public bathroom, right? The guest bathroom. They do not go all the way to the master bedroom sink, they wash right there, or they use a sanitizer and rinse. But if they just came and washed their hands at their apartment, one person gonna be pushing the elevator and opening that door. We don't need the whole family to have their hands dirty. Makes sense? They just went home. They just came from their apartment. So they have one family member pushing the elevator button and buttons, before they get in, when they're inside the elevator, or opening and closing the door of the stairs if they're coming by the stairs. Also opening this door. Okay, we don't need the whole family to get their hand dirty. Okay, you can have a sanitizer. They just go to the bathroom to rinse their hands, rinse and dry their hands. They do not use the kitchen to wash their hands. Okay, it's one person per family wash their hands. Okay, so here, in my case, everything is my case. You're gonna see after what's your reality. They walk from the outside, they come here. Here's okay, you have this small cabinet. You see which donation matched the most. Some inside, right? And with doors, because we don't want those things to get dusty, is not needed. On the top, what you're gonna use? That meal, right? So you're just gonna change, the bowls always gonna be the same. It's forbidden to use plates. Even that's a sandwich, is a bowl. It's a bowl for everyone, every meal, exact the same. And you always, on the top, you have forks and spoons. It's forbidden to have table knives because even the meat gonna be already cut. And if it's an egg or something, if it's a sandwich, they eat the sandwich. It's already made, okay? So, but you have both options because forbidden to keep any food in a bowl. So they use the spoon to eat the rest of that sauce, the rest of that juice of the meat, or not the meat, the salad, whichever is the little sauce on the bottom. They have the spoons and they have the forks right here at this place. Okay, so very good. The other thing, you cannot have carpet, right? Of course, so before you start bringing things to this apartment, the very first thing you do is take out the carpet, okay? And then you vacuum really well, because that's the best to avoid. You do not use broom. So you vacuum everything really well. And basically is that, okay? All right. And then you're gonna see, because you don't even need tile or you don't need that, you can just paint different rooms, different colors on the floor, and then after the paint dries, maybe it takes 1 or 2 days, you can start bringing the things home and open the kitchen and cook and organize the everything, the pantry. So maybe 2 days to organize, and then you can already receive the family food, start organizing, keep things together and start labeling. 2 days is plenty to organize all the basics, and the rest you can organize along the following weeks. So do not install anything, just paint the cement. All right, just paint the cement, that's the best. Now, if you have a porch that rains might come in, like mine that I show you here, what you're going to do? You can keep the carpet for security, because maybe elders, right, are going to be working, most as reasonable elders going to be working here. So it's going to be too hard, because some places going to rain every day, or maybe drops come from the plants they're having. Keep the carpet at the porch, but not at other locations, okay? Because that's easy. You keep a small vacuum at these kitchens, all right? Okay? And once a week, you vacuum that porch. Because for security reasons, it will be better to have a carpet instead of getting those elders leaping at a drop of water. All right? Very good, but not at the planting room, because we don't want dust mites from those carpets. But over there is fine, it's already open, fresh air come for sure, right? Okay, so if they are closed, some porches they are closed and they have sliding windows, on that case, then you don't need, you're right there. Or you can keep the carpet as well, because the window is going to be open for fresh air for the plants. Okay, and the master bedroom also going to have the window open all the time. The one that you're going to close is the pantry room, to avoid the heat to come in, or the sun to be shining in, right? We need to keep that room cooler as possible. If outside, of course, is cooler than the inside, you open the window, at night you close. Okay? All right, very good. Now let's say a few words about this blind, because the video got cut. My cell phone battery is low. Every morning, if you are an adult, you come at 7. If you're an elder, you come at 8. You slide and open this blind you have. If you have curtain, you open both of them. At the end of the day, you close both of them. Why? That is just a very simple thing that makes noise, moves a lot, right? You see even the fan there. You see how much is moving? Just because the fan is on, the blind is moving. So those are very simple things. For what reason? For the videos that you're going to be making, every person in charge of all those rooms, I just said, the kitchen, washing dishes, cleaning up, right, team, the planting team, and even the yoga team going to be here, or the stretching team, whichever they have the classes here, they can have some classes, right? So they open, they close at the end of the day, every day, and before they open, they say, today is, they have to say the date. At the end of the day, they're closing. The team that's cleaning up the dishes gonna say, today is this day and that, now is this time, Miami time is this time, we are closing the day here, and you say your name, the building, address, which floor this kitchen is. Okay, or clubhouse, I don't know a better word. Kitchen floor, let's use that for now. Okay, so every single day you open, you close. Before you move them and make noise, you say day and time. When you close, you say day and time before you move them. All right, very good. If you have colorful curtains, you keep. The only thing you cannot keep is black. Everything else that is reasonable, you can keep. Curtains, different colors, different patterns, you can keep. Not plaid, but is any other lines you can keep, horizontal, vertical lines. For the curtain, that's fine. Okay, very good then. If you have yoga class or stretching class in this cafeteria, what you're going to do? Okay, you have 4 tables, right? So it's 4 families eating, 1 on the porch, 5. You can have 5 families eating at a time. Okay, for this class, you just slide the tables or use the folding tables here at this cafeteria, and inside the master bedroom, you use the proper wooden doors as a table, or the wooden tables themselves. Make sense? Okay? All right. I'm sorry. Okay, so that's what you're gonna do. Okay? So you put them on a side. If you have more customers for your class, you just use folding tables. You close them, you open them, and you have to leave, of course, before the family start coming. I'm so sorry, I apologize, but I can't record the video again. All right, so here we are. You have your class, you organize your class. Of course, you get authorization for you to do the class. You have to prove you're a good teacher, right? With some experience, doesn't matter how long. You're helping those people. You have the cameras on. You need to install the cameras, right? Connected to the 10 department director security office, right? They're gonna be checking all these apartments, their kitchen apartments, okay? And basically it's that you can offer your class and put the tables, fold the tables and you put them back, because probably the teacher's not going to be elders, gonna be regular couples, okay, offering classes to elders. Then you put the tables back, everything organized, and then you go to walk around the block, and then you make a plan for your class, you know, so according to your reality, you're gonna walk 2 weeks and then walk faster for the following 2 weeks, you know, and keep going, so you get organized at this cafeteria room. Okay, so let's get ready at the cafeteria room and we see you soon. Thank you so much. Remember that if you have a door from the master bedroom going towards the porch, every time you finish your work, you have to lock that and lock the other one as well. You see, so nobody comes from the outside in. All right, that's important. You just can't leave that open. Okay, so you have to clean up the working table for families to eat, and they have to be ready and dry, right? 10 minutes before their arrival time. Okay? All right, very good. The other thing is that for things you keep, if you have a bucket with chlorine, for example, like this one, right? You have a bucket with chlorine that smells bad, but the bucket's very good for something, for mixing soil with the nutrients they need, for you to get it with your hands and put inside the pots, or just get it with the pot itself, you know, such as if you get, you know, the pot itself and get the dirt already mixed there. These buckets, they can be small buckets like this one, I think is about 2 gallon, or they can be the 5 gallon. That's fine, you know, I don't know in metric. Anyways, so if they smell bad, you can fill them up with water 1 week, 2 weeks, that's fine. So you don't have that smell for the whole year, right? But you are in charge. You close both doors before people arrive. You're not working when, you know, 10 minutes before the arrival, you have that table clean and you have those 2 doors locked. You're not inside anymore. You go eat yourself, you know, or you go for a break and maybe eat late according to your time. Makes sense for you to eat first and then go to the other classes or other work you have, right? Okay? All right, so you lock both doors if you have 2, then 10 minutes before they arrive, and you can already sit and enjoy, you know. And of course, you're not using the porch one, right? With rare exception when your family is there, because you already work there, okay? If that you're working with the plants, you're gonna give that table to the couple that work at the kitchen, you know, or to another couple, right? Okay, or for an arriving family, and people are going to take turns of that special table outside just to make sense. All right, okay, very good. Here we are. Let's get ready. All right, so let me say a few things very quick. So here, related to the lines that all kitchens of that building will have, such as 1 meter thick lines, about 10 centimeter thick in the middle of the wall. That's gonna be done afterwards, okay? And will be decided, the video, it's with details about that, how you're gonna paint those lines to you know, for security reasons, different colors. That is another video for the 10 department directors to do it afterwards, according to the pattern that we are going to offer, okay? So, about the blinds and curtains, you keep them. The only exception is they're black, you know, but if it's any other color, you keep them. You open every day when you arrive at 8 o'clock, because those are for elders, right? 8 o'clock. Those jobs are for elders. And when the team, cleaning up team, close at 7:20 or so, right? The last family eat at 7, they have 2 hours to eat. And they close. When everything is cleaned up, they slide. Before they open or before they close, they say, today is this and that, this building. First they say the building. This building, this skyriser is called this and that. Today is, time here now is 7 something, right? And in Miami is this time, okay? That's what you're gonna say every day when you open and every day when you close. All right, the other thing is for classes. So this is the yoga combined maybe with walking or running, or maybe the yoga combined with dancing, all right? So you have a class for the whole semester. You can start at any time in the beginning, but the whole is going to finish at the end of the semester, okay? Of course, if you're taking the 2 weeks vacation, January or July, and then of course you start when you come back from the vacation. Makes sense, right? All right, and then the whole semester you keep the pattern. What is the pattern? Is yoga and dancing, or is yoga in the pool? All right, so according to, of course, what you believe those elders need the most. All right, okay, so it's no art, no craft, you know. This they're gonna do with their own teachers. That is different. But here it's for the fun time, you know, for those residents that live right there. They can come, you know, even that the kitchen already people are cooking, preparing, even that people already work in the master bedroom. But remember, half day they work and a half day they have fun, right? Workout, right? The classes, right? English, you can also give that. And the organization videos, you can listen together. And we're gonna let you know if they can have one laptop. One laptop right there. Gonna let you know soon if we can do that, right? Or on the other 2 kitchens across the elevator. All right, so those I'm gonna tell you after. All right, so the dinner for every family is mandatory for the whole family to be together. And the lunch, of course, students gonna eat at school, and adults gonna eat at their work or at their educational site if they are moving, if they have the transition time. But dinner, it's mandatory from Monday to Monday. They eat together, all right? Okay, the whole family eats together. All right, here we will have the exception for older teens and young adults that can eat with their partner, right? Boyfriend or girlfriend on Friday and Saturday and vacation days. All right, here we are. Some more updates for us. We see you soon. So let's talk about all the classes we can have for elders, right? So the yoga is combined with pool workout or walking, right? Walk fasting around the block. Okay, the other classes, those are classes along the week. They're gonna take turns, right? English classes, everyone needs. Dance classes, everyone needs. Organization principles, so they will be listening the videos and thinking or taking notes, you know. So for different departments they have to learn, right? Okay, the most important one is the family, and then they can choose one more, and from that on they learn a little bit about all the others, right? Computer classes, one-to-one, and cell phone classes. So they learn how to use their cell phones, how to download short videos, the very basic, right? Make little videos. So they can make little videos right there, you know, so they can stand always at the living room, right? The cafeteria, called cafeteria room, but they can stand at the door, you know, of the porch, showing people working, the couple working here, just 2 minutes or so they can practice, right? They can also video themselves, they can video the person in the kitchen, you know, so they stand at the door, before the door, just to show somebody moving at the porch, at the planting room, and at the kitchen. Done. Not the pantry. It's not needed to open the pantry, okay? Not at the pantry. All right, so they have these 3 rooms. They are before the door, just to say something, a minute or so, just to practice, go download, go practice, go download. Each couple go, come back, and they have their teacher couple as well. They will have 2 laptops. Each of these kitchen floor will have 2 laptops. Okay, so they're gonna use one of these tables, right? That is right at the wall, because the screen is here and here's the living room, let's say, so everyone can see what they're doing, so they're not in bad websites, you know, so everyone see. They have a time for each person, such as 30 minutes each, right? So they can practice if it's a computer class, and also check their emails. All right, these tables, let's make an improvement. The table is like that. So you can have, instead of having like this, you can have one laptop facing this way, one laptop facing this way. Here can fit 2 chairs, the one that's typing and the spouse, and here 2 chairs. Which table gonna be? The cafeteria tables. Finish 10 minutes before people arrive. You have to get those 2 laptops. The teacher will put in a locked cabinet. All right? Locked. That person is in charge. Okay? All right, very good. Some more updates for us. Oh, sorry, we're not doing this anymore. We're going back to this, and you just have 2 chairs here for the couple. You know, one of them gonna use gonna be typing, and here you also have, why? Because then everyone passing in a room, one way or another way, they see what that people are writing. That cannot be a bad website, such as pornography, you know, those Playboy websites or things like that, okay? Or Star Wars, or all these other video games, or things that are not authorized. So this way, everyone walking here, including the teacher, will easily see the screen of laptops. They're not computer, because computer, they're too bulky, we don't need them. We're going to use laptops, you know, and every 6 months we're gonna factory reset them, you know. In reality, it's better than factory reset. It's a complete reset, and only the apps that we need gonna be downloaded again. The same as the cell phones, those elders will have. They have to be factory reset, and if they still have other things on the phone, they will download only the apps that are authorized, you know, for those basic things. The video maker, that's free, right? The YouTube, the Peace YouTube, to download the videos of their family, all right? If they live alone, they have a separate YouTube account. If they live with the family, they use the YouTube of the family for everything they do, okay? All right. So those are the fun classes, but also the learning classes here, English and the organization principles, okay? And people gonna have a half day for one, half day for another, all right? And I didn't say, but they can also have the crafts there. Crafts like the origami, to have those strings hang. They can have the crochet, you know, they can have their classes there. As soon as they do proper breaks outside, you know, they need 1 hour sun every single day, and they need 1 hour walking. You know, they can be combined or not, but they need those 2 things. And of course, as soon as downstairs they have more room, they can have some classes outside with more fresh air. But the building is gonna have hundreds of people, right? So most as they can have here, as soon as they're going out, taking sun and working out outside, that's plenty. So crochet, they can have origami, no clay. No, they don't need clay this time. I think maybe 1 year without, right? For 1 year, and then it's okay. And we have to think about watercolor and what else. Yeah, they're gonna have choir. They're gonna have choir. That's very important. Yes, watercolor. Maybe after 1 year as well. So 1 year for clay and 1 year for watercolor. All right, and they can have sewing. That's fine. Always 10 minutes before people arrive to eat, they need to have all the tables on place, everything clean up, the laptops locked, or the materials they are using for origami or sewing. Sewing with machines, one machine for each apartment. That's fine, because they can work right there. They can have study classes and work right there. A half period for one, a half period for the other. Okay? All right, very good. Here we are. We see you soon. All right, the only class they cannot have inside is the movement class. They can plan a little bit, but the real class, like the pool, like walking, need to be outside. And circle dances, right? Circle dances, because not much room in this cafeteria, so it makes sense to do those two things at the garden. Of course, as these buildings will have space outside across the street or their neighbor, they're gonna have some more classes outside, of course, because it will be better for them, right? But this way is good because they also have some classes outside. Here they have classes outside, so for sure they will have those hours. And afterwards, they're gonna work at the garden every Saturday. Remember, they work for many hours at the garden outside. They're gonna be inside on this Saturday for like 20 minutes cleaning with their family, and then they go outside at the real gardens every Saturday. So they will take more sun on Saturdays as well. Sunday they are quite a few hours out with their family, so they're fine with sun and walking. Soon as they are having those workout time to take sun, get sweaty, okay? But then they're stable, they know where the kitchen is, they have consistency, they're close by, so we'll be perfect. On Saturday, that they have to be outside with the family, they have the whole family to be with them, so they will feel supported, they feel comfortable, the whole family is there with them. And for these classes, the whole class having a class outside as soon as they have space, that's all right. That really needs to be outside. They can plan inside, but the real, as soon after 1 week or two, they start going outside, take turns at their own garden downstairs with other teams, right? Other groups, okay? Very good. Here we are. We see you soon. Let's talk about hours. So, work hours for elders. From 60 to 70 years old, they work 4 hours a day, 8 to noon, and they're done. Someone else gonna clean the dishes, the families that are there, other couples that are close by, or they were teaching, now they're gonna have classes. All right, that's another team, the washing team, okay, in charge of the dishes. So 4 hours, that's pretty reasonable. If they work at the kitchen, or if they work at the planting room, all right. Okay, why? Because they're not going to stand for hours. They have to be there. Maybe the thing is cooking, or maybe they're cutting the herbs. They sit down at the cafeteria, one of the tables, and cut, or they go to the porch. They share that porch. They can cut, herbs with the scissors sitting down. They do not stand up for hours. Okay, but this way they do things with time, without crazy hurry, because 2 hours too little. People 70 to 90 or even older than that, because people older than that are healthy can stay for 4 years or maybe even 6. 2 hours a day. That's really reasonable. So they're gonna help clean up, or gonna help the kitchen for the 10 to noon, or they're gonna help the kitchen 8 to 10. You see? So these people here gonna work only 2 hours. Both of them is Monday to Friday. The Saturday garden work, yes, it's the whole morning or the whole afternoon. They work how much they can. And we're not taking points that they're not standing up all the time, or they're not really working all the time. They have to do something. As soon as they are there, they're feeling comfortable, that's fine. So they have to help, right? Something. The best as possible, right? And they don't talk too much. They talk in other moments of the week. A little bit, of course, they can talk. They help to select seats. They sit down at the picnic tables and organize new trays or transfer pots or select seeds okay? All right. These people here working 2 hours, they can also help the couple in charge of the planting room. It's one couple in the morning, one couple in the afternoon, and they can have one couple helping 2 hours and one couple helping in the afternoon for 2 hours. But the leaders is 4 hours. They are part of this group to be sustainable, right? Okay, so these two teams, they share the porch. And the teachers that will be giving the computer class and cell phone classes can use the porch as well. Sometimes to film downstairs, to film outside, okay? All right, here we are, more updates for all of us. The laptops can only be at the apartment after they have the factory reset and download only the apps that they are authorized, okay? All right, so they're gonna teach and do with the students the cell phone reset and learn how to go to different playlists of the organization, how to use their cell phone, download videos at their YouTube account. Very good. The English class, they follow proper instructions. The dance here, it's a little more, they can have some simple ballroom steps because might not be a huge space. But for circle dances need to be, and for the flag need to be outside. The space will be available for them, such as they have a basketball court, a tennis court, they have any, or parking lot that was closed down, places that teens are not there morning, afternoon, they're at school. So they can have their own class to make a surprise on the festivals for their family, right? So the elders also practice their own. All right, here it is, all the information for sky risers, kitchen floors, with all these things we're talking about. Thanks so much. Let's get ready. All right, the other thing that's important to remember is that the yoga classes, and when they go to this jogging class, the most appropriate, would be comfortable, soft shorts, because they have long t-shirts, right? Okay, because those elders, they need to feel comfortable for those first 2 years. That's the most important thing, the temperature of their own homes, if you put this heater on or not, open the windows, right? As soon as it's not too cold anymore, because these videos are for everyone, people that live close to the equator and also people that live in Alaska, Canada, north of Canada, right? Okay, so it's important for them to feel comfortable, okay? So they can have soft material. As soon as it's not too thin, that's okay, such as jogging pants, you know. And they need to go by the knee, not too short. When they sit down, cannot be too short. So they will feel comfortable and also respectful, right, for the others. And the teacher always give, after 2 or 4 classes, the teacher couples be beside them and not completely the opposite in front of them. So they have a little look beside them and keep repeating that pattern, you know, for whichever minute or two, okay, of those stretching. And they can have one big carpet they roll and put away, because we don't want any food on that, or 2 or individual ones. I think individual ones the most appropriate. And they're gonna figure out where to keep those individual rugs. Yeah, we're not going to have a very large one, make no sense. So let's have individual rugs, yoga mats, right? They roll them and have a cabinet where they put them, right? Or a bean that if they tie them up tight, when they roll them, they can fit many in a bean, maybe standing up, you know, or even a plastic container, you know, the blue plastic container I showed you earlier, one on the top of the other, something like that, without the lid. They can put many standing up right there, okay? All right, very good. And the teachers also gonna offer classes. They can offer one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and so everyone will have the opportunity to work 2 or 4 hours, and in the afternoon also have all these classes. For sure will be 4 hours, because they have the stretching they need, they have the pool or the swimming, right, or aerobic at the pool, or the walking fast around the block. They need to walk around the block anyways, because it's important for them to get used to the location they live and don't stay only inside the apartment property. Okay, so that's mandatory. Let's say for the younger elders, twice a week, right? No, for all elders, twice a week they have to walk around the block. It's important for them. If the block is too far away, and then they go straight and come back straight. Okay, one time to the right, one time to the left. Actually, left first and to the right afterwards. Okay, all right, very good. Oh, we're gonna teach some classes. We, the headquarters, gonna teach some of those classes in places we're gonna travel and visit people as well. So it'll be a gift. Oh, very nice. The other thing is about some pictures. So all these rooms can have some pictures at the wall. They have up to 4 in each room, okay? The pantry, it's small, 2 is enough, because they're gonna need a lot of shelving, right? But at the planting room, that probably gonna be the master bedroom, can have 4 paintings, the cafeteria 4 as well, okay? So they can be 2 and 2 or 4 together in the same wall. That's fine. All right? Okay. And the master bedroom also have blinds and a curtain just to make that noise. Every morning they come to work at 8 o'clock. Before they open, they say the date, the time, the building they're at, and in the evening, when they're closing, before dinner people arrive, 10 minutes before, they close everything, say the words, and lock the door. All right, very good. So the kitchen and the bathrooms and also these pantry room, that is the same as the hydration room, gonna have two pictures. Small ones, because they're small places, right? Small ones, okay? All right. And those pictures will be regular small pictures that, painted, that already exist. We don't need anybody to make new ones. We have many. So when people will be cleaning up their homes, they're gonna keep some, because until their children, teens, start going to school, paint new ones to bring home, gonna take a few months, right? Okay, so we use already the ones we have. Even those that are not painted, but these wooden boards that have words in it, or positive words, of course, so they can keep, if it's in a good number, 2 or 4 words, okay, but not 3, for example. Okay, so this way we're already gonna use the pictures we have, and those pictures stay there for the whole year. And every room will have those wooden blocks for them to be changed, the day, the month, and the year. All right? Okay, and the day of the week. So every room gonna have, such as the kitchen at the counter somewhere, right? The cafeteria gonna be by the bowls of, not by the food, but by where the bowls are located. And the master bedroom, the planting room needs one too. And the pantry, yeah, the pantry as well, even that people will be going there just once or twice a week to get something. They can have those wooden blocks as well. When they go, they put the right day there, right? Okay, so I think that's very good. And those blocks, every kitchen floor, gonna have different colors. I'm gonna paint those blocks. They're not going to be in plain wood. So one is bright red, one is bright orange, one is clear green. You see, very opposites. And one can be brown itself, for example. Okay, so they very different colors. They can even keep at the counter, right? And I think that will be really great. All right, and then for signing in as they arrival to work, they do when they arrive. Everyone is present. No, only 5 minutes before. Yes, so they clock in. We're gonna see how we're gonna do that for once that is for elders, how they're gonna sign in and sign out their work. And also for class attendance, we're gonna figure that out, if they're gonna slide their ID, right, or their badge. We're gonna see. Okay, just keep watching our future videos so you will know how we will do it. And the other thing is that every room will have 2 strings with this craft, this origami for now, because that will be the easiest. And the string is it's a crochet, it's not very thin, it's a color for about 1 or even 2 centimeters thick, coming from those hooks. And even the kitchen have one, of course, very far away from the stove, but also gonna have one, short. And all of them will have, such as butterflies, birds, in a flat paper, thick paper, or or mixed with origami, right? They can make themselves. It's gonna be nice. They can have these art classes, right, at those buildings. Okay. All right, very good. See you soon. All right, so now let's say a few words about the elders that need to go to those classes, that they're not confident yet. So for up to 4 weeks, and if really needed, up to 8 weeks, other elders that are more capable come and pick them up. Knock the door, pick them up every day at the same time. Those that gonna be taking classes with them, or the teacher can also help the teacher couple. Okay, so all these buildings gonna have blends of elders that are more capable of doing things by themselves and elders that are improving, need to improve more. Okay, so they just knock the door and they go together. Of course, the couple, before they leave with their children, teens, to drop them off at schools, they're leaving before 7, right? So they can already talk to the parents. The parents need already to get up and go take their shower. They leave, but the parents need already to be gotten up, all right? And then they go, they can have their breakfast, and they're ready. They're there at 8 o'clock because they have to eat breakfast. Forgot that. So, the whole family lives together. I think that's the best. All right, because then the elders are getting up early, but they can nap in the afternoon. I think that's the most reasonable. Okay, so, or the other elders come and knock the door and pick them up. That's fine as well. All right? Okay, as soon as the couple, when is leaving their apartment, they're sure the elders already got up. They're already taking showers, right? And for those that can do that by themselves. If they cannot work. Then they have to give more assistance to their parents before they start working, right? So they will work the other half the time. They can even take those classes, for example, in the morning and work in the afternoon, or the other way around. And the siblings will be helping on the other half of the day. All right? Okay, that's a good idea. So parents and the grandparents can have classes, those classes together, and go work on the other period while in the afternoon, for example, while the grandparents go nap. Then they go to work. They have lunch together, breakfast together, lunch together, and then the grandparents go nap for 2 hours or till 2 o'clock or so, and the parents leave to work, to be at the job just before 1 p.m. Okay, very good. Get ready, get going. We'll see you soon. If you are located in an area that is very hot, you need an air conditioning for the room that will be the pantry. Okay, because some food you're gonna keep there for a long time. Seeds, nuts, we don't want that room to be too warm. You just install a very small unit at the wall for that room. That's fine. The door gonna be closed all the time anyways and locked. Okay, just a little bit. You don't need a freezing air conditioning, a temperature, but just a little bit. That is reasonable. We're gonna tell you afterwards how much. But to keep, you need a thermometer at that pantry room, because the plants, if they're very hot, that doesn't affect. But those rooms you're gonna have in warm, hot locations, right, by the beach, and as the months were passing, more and more people will be moving. The other thing, remember, you can only move to a new location vacation months, January and July. Plan ahead, get your 100 points ready for moving, but you only move on the months of January and July. So children, teens will go to school and they finish the school semester at the location they are. All right? Okay, very good. Let's get ready. Alright, the other thing is that in this planting room, I talk about the tables, but you can also have shelves against the wall, attached. The top of those shelves need to be properly attached to the wall. So you can have a few or you can have many instead of so many tables. That is fine. Okay? Alright, very good. And more details we're gonna let you know afterwards. Okay, but you cannot have plants under the table, that where we cannot see, or you use plants on the top of those tables or in the shelves. And you need cameras at all those rooms, at the pantry. You, the 10 department directors, need to make sure those teams, will have those cameras installed at their office. Because the security and their system gonna be watching. The 10 department directors and their assistant couples gonna be watching those cameras to make sure everything is well. But who gonna install and help install is the teams themselves, and nothing too big. Regular simple cameras to see that everything is doing good. All right. So when you're organizing your kitchen floors at those sky risers, you have to make sure you do the videos before, during, and after. So how is the apartment when you arrive? You got the key. That's the first thing, right? You got the authorization from the owners. All right, you're gonna start cleaning up whichever is needed, such as the carpet, the oven, right? Okay. And then you're gonna start making you make the video, exactly how you got it. If there's any object left over or furniture left over, okay, or donations already there, whichever it is, you always start filming from the left to the right of that same front door. You just open the door. Okay, make sure you always charge your phones at night. So you open the door, got the key of that apartment, show everything, including the bathrooms, everything. And you say the words. You're gonna see which room is the biggest, which one is the smallest, if they have 2 or 3 rooms. Okay? All right, very good. Okay, so you're gonna keep talking while you walk, and if you're gonna mention if they have a porch or not, if they have pictures already at the walls. All right, then you're gonna show outside the windows, see which buildings or nature you can see outside the city. All right, outside the buildings. Okay, so very good. All right, and you do the video, and then you again by the door of the elevator. All right, and you try to do fast as possible, talk fast, but articulate really well in English, everything in English. If you, the person in charge of the key, does not speak English yet, that's okay. Get a couple or your own children, grandchildren to make those videos on that special day you're gonna open the apartment for the first time. The main thing, any changes you have to record, like every cleanup room. And then things gonna start arrive, and then you record a little bit, and then 2 more days you are all organized with the signs hung on those locations we already talked about. All right? And maybe in the next 1 or 2 weeks or whole month, you're gonna have more donations, big donations you record for grains, for meat, any big donation, fabric for sewing class, or their job is right there. Some days people can sew for their job, they're sewing. They learn how to make flat things first, and then they start making some clothes, simple clothes first, right? So those two classes, they can learn right there. Elders need to be busy with fun things and classes, right? And they can have some job. They're gonna have extra points, right? And of course, teachers need, for all those classes, they need to know the basic, that the person is good in the basics, right? Basic mind, basic behavior. Don't go be walking around or going home without knowing where they are, the basics, okay? And if they are still in a transition time, their own son or daughter married, right? Gonna take those classes with them, or gonna work with them, whichever, not work, take classes, right? Because only work those that are they're healthy, they are good-minded, okay? All right, thank you so much. We'll see you soon.